Alright, let's see where I have been since the beginning of last year. I started off in the UK, I went to Spain to get a cheap flight to Pakistan. From there, I went to Turkey to meet up with a friend, and then I went to Hungary. From here, I did my 6 days, 6 countries, 6 flights challenge. So all of these I took on consecutive days, one after the other, all on Ryanair. I ended up back in Budapest at the end of it all. The total cost for these 6 flights was just €70 in total. When I got back to Budapest, I found a cheap flight to Jordan. I spent about a week there and then came back to Europe. I then went back to the UK to deal with a couple of things, and then I flew out to Hungary to get a cheap flight all the way to Mexico. Here I spent about 2 months, and then I had to come back to the UK unfortunately for a family emergency. From there I flew to Riga to get a cheap flight on Uzbekistan Airways all the way to Tashkent, Uzbekistan. I travelled around there for a while and then took a taxi to Shymkent in Kazakhstan, and then flew to Almaty because it's cheaper than getting a direct flight to Kazakhstan. I visited Kyrgyzstan and then back to Kazakhstan to get a flight all the way to Abu Dhabi on Wizz Air. It was very cheap. From there I went to Saudi Arabia for about a week, all in summer. It was extremely hot. From there I went to Oman, and then I went to Vietnam to meet a friend, and then up to South Korea for about a week. Fortunately then Japan opened its borders, so I flew straight there for 3 months, and then I flew to Malaysia as that was the cheapest flight out of Japan. I then found a cheap flight to Nepal, so I spent about 3 weeks there and had a great time. I spent a couple of weeks in Thailand, then to Hong Kong for a few days, and then the Philippines. Overall, it has been a very busy year.